now, sir. It's on. You just have to.
I just have to face it.
You just have to face it.
Now, do you want heads in or out?
You can move it around.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So do as Tony was at.
I haven't.
Okay. So is this where we started again?
Yeah. This is.
Yeah. This is where we started. Okay. So you put down your LCFE. I didn't know that.
What?
Did you do night classes here?
No, not here.
Oh, you did night classes in painting.
Yeah,
All right. Grand.
yeah.
And then we went through all. Okay, I remember with you, your life was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I had suggested.
So we're only starting from here.
Yeah, but
Is it? Yeah.
Remember at the start there was a suggestion of doing a book, and I reckon
Yes.
there would have been a Bible. There would have been so many pages
Yes.
and links
And
to
then
it.
we went.
There was a map idea.
Then we went to the map.
Okay, and then that was passed to Bar.
And then
Why did you get the idea of the board game? Or was it the Snakes and Ladders that came
it was
to
the
you?
snakes and ladders that the ups and downs in life.
That's what you were
That's what I
representing,
said.
the ups
Yeah,
and downs.
representing.
Okay.
So there, then you came along with the idea of making the blocks,
Yeah.
which was I was going to do that. Do you remember?
Yeah,
I was
you were going to have
do,
it flat originally, were you?
I was going to have it flat and all squares,
Yeah.
and then I thought this is
The
fantastic.
cubes.
The cubes
yeah,
were great.
Yeah.
So because you have the ups and downs, you have
So you decided that with the cubes were going to represent all the different people that are in your life.
Yes.
The good times,
The good
the
times
bad
and the bad
times.
times.
Obviously the snakes are going to be
the snakes are going to be the down times.
Yeah, and then the ladders sometimes
are
are needed
coming
to
up
bring
out
you
of
up.
coming up
Okay,
out of life.
okay. So do you mind talking us through them a little
No,
bit?
I don't
okay,
mind. No,
perfect.
no.
Okay, so
No,
who
so
did you choose to start?
I started off with my mother and father.
Yeah.
Because there was 11 of us in family, so I have photographs of myself in the front
Yeah.
and my brother, right?
Yeah.
And I have made this little paint box.
Because this was very
This
significant
is
to
very
you.
significant
Yeah.
because my first paint box that I got
From
went to Santa
Santi,
Claus,
yeah.
and because we had no money, it was just a small little box of paints,
yeah.
and it was the most thing stuck in my mind forever and ever. Now
And was it-
I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to paint.
Yeah.
And we used to go
What
down.
age were you there? About?
I was about 6 or 7, I'd say.
So you were close enough to what your granddaughter is now. You
Yes.
can see what
The
art
youngest one.
means.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
The youngest.
So
yeah.
then, this I had Brennan's Row where I was born. Down
Okay,
here.
so
And
you
then-
brought your house into it.
and then Nana Brown. She was my, as far as we were concerned, our Nana Brown.
Okay.
But she wasn't my grandmother at all. She was just a friend of my mother's.
But you made her your
And we used to go down every Christmas and show her all the things from Santa Claus from toys. So I have
okay.
Santa Claus in here as well.
From there.
Then I went on to Brennan's Row playing around as a schoolboy.
Okay,
right?
grand.
And then I went to the nuns in Sexton Street, which
Yes.
were great.
Right.
And then I moved on to Sexton Street CBS,
This is where you go down.
which is the vein of my life,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
still annoys me, and still they ruined my education. They
And you
actually-
have got all these.
I've got all-
Is it songs?
I've got all
Tony,
songs. Yes, I've got all
Lyrics
songs.
from songs,
yes.
yeah.
Like while Christian brothers sharpening their leathers, learn it by heart. That's the rule. All I remember is dreading September in school because I actually came out of sections with an awful stammer because there was 54 of us in the class, and I have all these photographs of the classrooms, and I have the famous leather that we used to beat us with.
Where did you get these photographs? Are these off?
I actually took these up in the museum up in Leamy's old school.
Okay.
Frank McCourt.
Yes,
But
yes.
when I went in to take the photographs in the class, she said, "I'm afraid, Tony, these are not Leamy school desks at all. We got them from Christian Brothers School in Sexton Street." So here
So
it goes.
there you go.
There is the Sexton Street.
It could have been the very one you were
It
sitting
could have been
at.
the very one I'm
Yeah,
sitting at.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I have photographs of the leather
yeah.
and the bell and the school teacher's desk. And moving on to here, I have it again, the class, the books.
So why did you see it there now? You have a ladder. Is that
I have a leather coming up out of that.
Okay.
When I
escaped?
When I escaped,
Right.
went to work I left school at 6th class
Okay.
because I dreaded it. I hated it. So much I hated it.
Yeah.
I went working on a messenger bike,
Right.
went to the Stella restaurant, became a cook in the restaurant, and then at 17, I went to 16, I went to the monastery in England.
Right.
So there's me here, and I'm in the
brother.
group here as well, as a brother.
Right.
Right. And then I was there for 6 years.
And did that suit you?
It did for a while, and then I started looking at, the young blondie ones. And when I come home every year, I
You realised you were missing
I
out.
realised I'm missing out, so I actually stayed there for 6 years. I had to get a dispensation from Rome because I had simple vows taken, and then I came home and met my wife. So
Okay.
this is the girlfriend, and this is and happy times.
Is this was this your getting married or these?
No,
happy
this
times?
is just
Okay.
before that
Okay.
in the Jetland,
Very
you know.
good. Yeah,
and then
yeah.
this is me playing the guitar. I play with a group.
So music was with
Music-
you. If you haven't mentioned it now,
Music
but
has
music was
always
with
been
you
with me.
in the Monks. Was
yeah,
it not in
it
CBS?
It wasn't in CBS.
No. Okay.
No.
So things.
I only
did...
learned guitar in the Monks.
Okay. Right. So
And
that's
then
it, it
I
came with you.
started, and then I had the songs in here of the first time ever I saw your face.
Okay.
You know,
Relation
lovely.
to Anne.
Yes,
Yeah,
relating to Anne.
lovely, lovely.
Yeah, I thought the moon shining from the sky. You know, it's all about love.
Falling in
and
love.
falling in love.
Yeah.
And that.
So this is definitely a positive time.
And then very positive.
Yeah.
And then the group. We're on television here, and we're on television there, the Johnny McAvoy show.
Yeah.
And during that time, got married, and then we had our first child.
Okay.
So there's the first child here,
Yeah.
and that's Gerard. And then moving on to the second, and there's Anthony and Gerard. So we just had
Together.
two boys,
Two
yeah,
boys,
two
yeah.
boys together, and playing around with them, playing Ballybunion. Over to Everton with Anthony. He was an Everton fanatic, the same as myself. Then I used to take them up Carntool and up the mountains. That's up the top of Carntool. And then we went to America with Ger in the CBS pipe, and I was on the committee there and met Peter, Paul and Mary, one of my favourite groups. And then Anthony went to Anthony and Ger. Two of them went to England together, and Anthony wanted to be a chef since he was about 4, so he became a chef. I have him there as a chef.
Okay.
And then during the time I went to New York with a CBS pipe band, and that's Ger up the top of Twin Towers.
So it's all very
It's
family
all very,
time. From as
very,
soon as
very,
you met Anne,
very,
it all
very
went
family time. It
Yeah?
was very,
Okay,
very family
great.
time. And then things started to go wrong.
Okay.
And Anthony, while he was in Oxford, got chemotherapy, got cancer.
Okay.
Rhabdomyosarcoma it's called. It only happens in 3-year-old children, but he was 18 when he got it. But it's very unusual
That he would have got
that he
it.
would have got it. So this is him on chemotherapy with me lying on the bed beside him.
Did it knock you for 6?
It knocked me for
With that?
144.
Yeah.
I was in revenue commissioners at this particular time. I have revenue there, and
Right.
only for the revenue commissioners' staff, I wouldn't have got through it.
Wouldn't have coped.
I wouldn't have got through it. They were fantastic. And this is Anthony on chemotherapy. Out when he used to be off chemotherapy, we go into Oxford. He was in Oxford. He had all his treatment in Oxford, and we go to Oxford, and he loved gambling. He loved horses and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he got the odd clear in June.
Right.
And this is him at home with me and and Ger.
Sure.
And then his grandparents here and my brother. And moving on, then he came home for Ger's engagement, and Ger got engaged, and he came home in the September for Ger's engagement. We had a great time. This is his girlfriend here,
Right.
and then moved on, and we had such great times. That couple of weeks we went down to Galway and we met his grandparents, and we had some great
All
times.
positives.
And
You
then
can see
all
it,
the
all the
positives,
smiles,
all
yeah.
the smiles. Roads were leading to nowhere from this lonely place. It started to get a bit. We heard some news,
Okay.
and then. But the door was open. I have heard the door was open. The fire was lit. Everything was grand. His hair was coming back. We're down in Galway. More music, and this is his girlfriend here. And then he went back to England, and from here on, then he got word that they were stopping chemotherapy, and we thought that's grand. He's stopping chemotherapy, so he's grand. But it wasn't. He just phoned me up on the hospital and said, "Dad, I'm going to die." So.
So he knew he was
he
they were
knew-
stopping chemo because there was no
Yeah,
point.
there was
in
no
it.
point in it. So he was going to, they said to him, "Do you want more chemotherapy?" And he said, "What will it give me?" He said, "It might give me another 3 months." Of what? He said, "Sickness," or So then,
So this is why this
so
was
this
the
is why.
hard steps
Yeah,
he had to
well, this is
climb.
then, when people are dying, they say your life flashes in front of you.
Yeah.
So I have him as a baby.
Right.
And I have him
And as
grown
a
up,
boy,
and then as a
yeah,
boy,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
come up along here. And this is when he came home, where he knew he was dying, and he came on here.
Yeah.
And more for us when he's a young fella here, underneath here.
Yeah.
And